Hello, I am making this video to the YouTube atheist community and also to major atheist channels such as Thunderfoot, Oh My God It's Chris, DPR Jones, and The Amazing Atheist. I am totally shocked that there is almost no mention on any of your channels whatsoever about Jewish religious fanaticism. I am a I'm an American Jew who has been very active online in the Arab pro-democracy movements, and I've looked at your channels and I've seen an enormous amount of videos about Christianity and also about Islam, but practically nothing at all about Jewish religious fanaticism. And I think you guys really have a lot of soul searching to do because Jewish religious fanaticism has helped to pit America into a horrible form of foreign policy that is doing a lot of damage in the Middle East and the Islamic world. And I'm seeing on your channels all the same accusations about the Islamic world, while you turn a complete blind eye to Jewish religious fanaticism and how horrible it is and how much damage it has done. I don't see, you can call yourself maybe an anti-Christian movement or maybe an anti-Islam movement, but you can't call yourself an atheist movement if you are going to refuse to condemn Jewish religious fanaticism. And right now, Jewish religious fanaticism is expressing itself very heavily in Israel. Israel is essentially using religious fanatic settlers to steal land in the West Bank. And they're using that in order to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians in the West Bank. And America has crushed the UN resolutions that would try to condemn this. And the entire Islamic world is enraged about this. And I see absolutely nothing about that on your channels. Israel actually was formed by ethnically cleansing the population that lived there. Israel has a law. It's called the Law of Return. If you are Jewish, you can come there from anywhere around the world and you automatically become a citizen. But if you are not Jewish, if you are a Palestinian Christian or a Palestinian Muslim, you cannot go back to the area that you were expelled from, and they live in refugee camps. The entire Islamic world is outraged over that. Israel violently expelled the people that lived there. The term for it is called Al-Nakba, A-L-N-A-K-B-A. Israel used massacres in Deir Yassin, in Tantura, let me see, there's also the Damash Mosque massacre in Lydda. I mean, they used massacre after massacre. This was the Irgun and the Stern gang to drive the people out of there. And the entire Islamic world is outraged over that. Israel actually, I mean, can you imagine if you had a Muslim state or a Christian state that violently expelled the people that were there, imported people of their own religion to replace them, and then said this must be a Muslim state or this must be a Christian state? America and Israel is doing that right now in the West Bank. and it also has a major siege on Gaza. So my question to you is, how can you make all these videos about Islam and how much you hate Islam and you bash the Islamic world, yet you turn a blind eye when Jewish religious fanatics so blatantly abuse the people that live there? When America is willing to bomb, when America is being pressured by Israel to sanction Iran, to starve Iran, and to ultimately bomb Iran, how can you turn a blind eye to Jewish religious fanaticism when America is sending billions of dollars in arms so that Israel can form Jewish-only colonies after stealing people's land? Israel uses bulldozers, caterpillar bulldozers, to demolish Palestinians' homes, to demolish their trees. And to do what? To settle them with religious colonies. America is also sending billions of dollars in arms to the Egyptian military that rushed in thousands of people into the Egyptian prisons to help crush the Egyptian pro-democracy protests. Yet, what do I see in your channel? You repeating the same accusations towards the Islamic world, the same stereotypes. I can tell you that the Islamic world is very complex. Could you imagine if, let's say, an atheist somewhere in Asia said, you know what, I saw a video of a fanatic Christian in America, so you know what, all the Americans are just crazy fanatical Christians, and all the Americans, they do all these horrible things to their wives or to their women because they're all religious fanatics. And I saw a video of the Bible Belt, so I know America is all fanatics. And that is what the West does to the Islamic world. As an American Jew, I was always taught horrible things, and horrible that, oh, Muslims are angry, or they're hostile, or they're this and they're that. And you know what? Everything I learned was basically a lie. I've been very active with Arab pro-democracy movements. They all know I'm Jewish, and they're very accepting of me because I truly support equal rights for all people, including the Palestinians. So I don't consider you to be an atheist movement. I consider you to be a handmaiden to Western imperialism. The Western press, for a long time, they initially showed the huge peaceful protests in Yemen, and then they blacked them out for a half a year. And they tried to portray, the few stories you would see about Yemen would be about America killing a militant. So the Western press is deliberately dehumanizing the Islamic world so that the Christian right and Jewish cultural fanatics and Jewish religious fanatics can further ethnically cleanse people within Palestine, or you can call it Israel, and in order to encourage America to continue propping up dictators that are crushing pro-democracy freedom movements throughout the region. I don't hear anything about that. All I hear you doing is bashing their culture, bashing the Islamic world with the same stereotypes that we see over and over. You're an atheist movement. If you want to continue to say whatever you want about Christianity or about Islam, I can't stop you. I can't say anything about that. But you also have to show the same the same treatment of the Jewish religious fanatics and of the Christian right that are pushing American foreign policy to support really barbaric things. So from Thunderfoot, from Oh My God, It's Chris, from DPR Jones, and from The Amazing Atheist, When are you going to make a video about the Jewish religious fanatics in the West Bank that are stealing Palestinians' land? When are you going to make a video about that? When these fanatics are interviewed, they say, we're doing it because God gave us the land. And when are you going to make a video about the Christian right pushing American policy to be very hawkish in support of Israel? The Christian right, because they believe that that area needs to become religiously Jewish in order for all of their Christian prophecies to become fulfilled. So you have America going in American foreign policy, which is arming dictators and waging wars, basically in support of Christian religious fanaticism over Jewish religious fanaticism. When are you going to make a video about that? If you don't have the courage to do that, then maybe you should reconsider whether you should keep making videos about Islam. Because quite frankly, you're just being a handmaiden to Western imperialism. I have a website. It's called PalestineSpring.net. It shows videos of Israel using bulldozers to bulldoze Palestinian trees and farms to make way for new religious settlements. It also has a video about the ethnic cleansing, that how Israel was formed. It ethnically cleansed the people that were there. The term for it is called Al-Nakba, A-L-N-A-K-B-A. And I have a link to that below as well. And please talk to Palestinians about this. The West and Israel and everyone else says, we know who they are. We're going to say who they are. We're going to say what their cause is without actually talking to them, which is extremely arrogant, incredibly arrogant. Excellent Palestinian sources would be Ali Abu Nima. There's also the Electronic Intifada. And if you message me, I can also refer you to Twitter accounts. Their Twitter accounts where they'd be able to, Palestinian activists, that'd be able to discuss this far more with you. Please don't say, oh, I'm worried we're going to offend Jewish people. You definitely don't say that about Muslims or Christians. And I'm Jewish, and quite frankly, I don't like Jewish religious fanaticism. I don't like Jewish cultural fanaticism, and I don't like a movement that lies to me in order to put me at war with other parts of the world and to commit horrible atrocities in my name. You're an atheist movement. You're supposed to stand up against the status quo. You're supposed to have the courage to do that, and so far you guys have not. And that is a real shame.